Child stars Judy Norton and Mary Elizabeth McDonough achieved fame by appearing on the hit 1970s TV show The Waltons. After becoming known to the TV audience as innocent kids, both actresses did things when they were older in an attempt to appear more adult. Sadly, both actresses came to regret these things they did to prove how much they'd matured. Join Facts First as we explore how Judy Norton posed for Playboy to escape the Waltons. It's not uncommon for child stars to act out during their teen and early adult years to prove to their audience how much they've grown. All actors and actresses get typecast, and child stars get it the worst. Even as adults, child stars are expected to be the same squeaky clean personalities they become known as when they were kids, and it often causes them to lash out in unexpected ways. Sometimes child stars grow up to do self-destructive things. These can be extreme, like drug use and other illegal activities. But they can also be more subtle and less obviously detrimental, such as posing for a scantily clad photo in an adult magazine. This is the case with former child actress Judy Norton, who posed for Playboy soon after rising to prominence as a child star on the hit 70s series The Waltons. The Waltons came on the air in 1972, and it was preceded by a made-for-TV film that functioned as its pilot. The film had been released in 1971 and was called Homecoming: A Christmas Story. The show went on to become a major success, lasting until 1981. Judy stayed with the show throughout all of its 9 seasons and 221 episodes, but had a hard time getting fame outside the show after it ended. This is what led her down the path to posing in Playboy in 1985. The series followed the titular Walton family during the Great Depression, and Judy played one of the children. She played Mary Ellen Walton, while Mary Elizabeth McDonough played Erin Walton. Mary would similarly take actions that she grew to regret after her time on the show. During their time on the show, none of the child stars ran into any controversy, but they found themselves being pigeonholed in the wholesome roles they had occupied on the show. Judy worked for a time in stock theater after the Waltons ended in 1981, but hadn't managed to find much success. Career advisors told her that doing a Playboy photoshoot might be exactly what her career needed to help her break out of the box the Waltons had unintentionally placed her in. Sadly, she ended up regretting doing the photoshoot because it didn't bring her the kind of attention she wanted. She was 27 years old when she posed in Playboy in 1985. She had already been in show business for well over a decade and was finding she was getting fewer offers, but she was still getting plenty of roles on stage. She grew to resent those who had advised her to take part in the Playboy photo shoot, as it didn't help her career. In fact, many viewed it as a sign of desperation. She was born in Santa Monica, California on January 29, 1958. She started acting when she was only 6, appearing on TV shows like Felony Squad and Ozzie and Harriet. When Homecoming: A Christmas Story was filmed, she was 13. Even then, she was beginning to blossom into a woman. She recalled having feelings for 20-year-old Richard Thomas, who played her eldest brother, on the set. Though nothing ever occurred between the two romantically, they remained great friends. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. At age 18, Judy Norton married her first husband. His name was Douglas Taylor, and Judy subsequently became known as Judy Norton Taylor for a period of time. But the marriage only lasted around 2 years. In 1980, she married her second husband, a football player named Lynn Hughes. She married and divorced a third time to a man named Randy Apostle. They married in 1991 and divorced in 2001. During their marriage, they had a son named Devin. After 3 failed marriages, Judy's fourth marriage has proved the most successful. She married fourth husband Robert Graves in 2002, and the two currently live on the outskirts of Glendale, California. Today, Judy is open to talking about the Playboy photoshoot, as she believes it's important to educate young women in the industry to make the right decisions for their careers. According to her, her story can be seen as an example that sometimes proving to the audience you're mature means more than just taking off your clothes. Sadly, Judy wasn't the only former child star from the Waltons to make a decision she later regretted. Mary Elizabeth McDonough played Erin Walton, and she also found herself pigeonholed in the role. Even as her body grew, audiences had a hard time letting go of the image of Mary as young Erin Walton. Mary decided it was time to take her image into her own hands. To do so, she believed she needed breast implants. She was 24 when she decided it would be a good idea to undergo breast enhancement surgery. Many other stars were already doing it, and Mary believed the risks outweighed the benefits. But she ended up having a good deal of trouble as a result of the breast implants, and they were later removed. Mary has claimed she got breast implants to look like the women on the hit soap opera Dallas, which had taken over TV at the time. She believed they were her ticket to looking like one of the stars of that show, but sadly the effect she felt upon receiving them was far from what she intended. No new job offers came her way as a result of the surgery, but a slew of health problems did. She suffered from a variety of problems after receiving the implants. Over a decade after the surgery, she had them removed and her health problems went away. Apparently, they had ruptured inside of her, which led to a great deal of suffering during the 10 years before she realized what was going on. She had become incredibly sick and even started experiencing hair loss. She'd also been suffering from lupus beforehand, and it went into remission after the removal. Today, Mary is very vocal about informing women how important it is to know they're getting the right implants for them. The Waltons has been off the air for 4 decades, but it appears as if the family may be coming back into fashion. The CW channel has recently announced plans to air a special called The Waltons Homecoming, inspired by the 1971 made-for-TV movie that started off the original series. Though Judy and Mary aren't returning for the special, Richard has been tapped to narrate it. Richard and the rest of the former Waltons still keep in contact, so he made sure they heard from him first. Fans of the Waltons can look forward to hearing Richard Thomas's voice again as he narrates the new special, while those looking to see what Judy is up to nowadays can head to her YouTube channel. She posts vlogs about her daily life, including thoughts on the new reboot. Perhaps if it's successful, it will lead to an entire new series exploring the Waltons for a new generation. If so, then the rest of the remaining cast could potentially be given cameo roles. All these years later, the child stars who made up the Walton children still have fond memories about their time on the show, even if they desperately attempted to move away from the stain it left on their image growing up. Now it's time to hear from you. Comment down below to share if you have fond memories of the Walton family, or if you're one of many fans excited to tune in for the new reboot special. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.